Many people move to Florida to find their own little slice of Margaritaville, and here's their chance to buy a car formerly owned by Jimmy Buffett, a 1958 Nash Metropolitan. He sold it in 2008 and it's been beautifully restored. But let's not waste away.
All right, thanks very much, Tyler. And over in the McGuire staging lanes, there is the Jimmy Buffett-owned Nash Metropolitan, one of my favorite collector cars. Just as cute as it can be, perfect for South Florida or the lake house or just about anywhere. What a great little car. And you'll see it crossing the block shortly. A beautiful 1958 Metropolitan, previously owned by the Czar of Margaritaland, Jimmy Buffett.
What a great looking car. Jimmy Buffett owned this for a while. James William Buffett, by the way, and we all think of him as Jimmy. And boy, I can just picture him cruising around in this thing because it's a classic, you know, Florida Keys kind of car that he could enjoy with all the colors.
Well, you can see it comes with a photo of him in period driving the car with his autograph. He owned this until 2008, and then it was beautifully restored to this condition. The Nash Metropolitan, a cute little thing, a smaller and lighter actually than a Volkswagen Beetle, obviously with that classic look. A cool car in itself, but obviously a very cool previous owner.
The Nash Metropolitan actually evolved from a show car. It was called the NXI, so it's interesting to think that this was an experimental that they then evolved into this. And essentially it's an American car, but as I remember, I think these were actually assembled in England. And of course, my gut says that when Jimmy Buffett drove it, it was probably a little rougher looking. I just can't imagine him driving something that's this perfect.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt it sat in one of his compounds, many in the Caribbean, and, you know, he didn't care. It's outside in the rain or whatever, but you can tell why he was drawn to it. I mean, what a more Florida Margaritaville car than something like this, the Nash Metropolitan, a fun little convertible to cruise around in the narrow streets of the Florida Keys. It's so cool.
You know, Jimmy Buffett, of course, the horde of parrot heads that follow him around. Interestingly enough, as popular as he is, Jimmy Buffett, I don't think ever had a #1 hit. Margaritaville, I think, was the highest he ever did. And broke into the top 10, maybe #8. But still today, Jimmy Buffett, boy, he could command huge crowds up until his passing. And, you know, it'd be fun to own a car that was formerly owned by Jimmy Buffett. And the restoration on this, absolutely beautifully done, both inside and out.
Yeah, you'd certainly be the king of the parrot heads, and I love how the Nashes completely cover up the front wheels. No fender covers, that's just the entire fender itself. Same with the rear, covered up pretty well. And then look at the way the spare is mounted as well. It integrates the license plate light into the mount for the spare tires, or the Continental kit here in the back. Just a cool little car.
Well, we've seen for years that cute sells at Barrett-Jackson, and look at the number. We're closing in on $60,000. Now, is it just because it's a cute Nash Metropolitan with a two-tone paint job, or because it was owned by Jimmy Buffett?
And $60,000 takes it. I think provenance was a bit of a factor in that buying decision. That ties for second highest sale of the auction and second highest of the day. Another break ahead, but plenty more cars, a lot like that little beauty when we come back.